This is Paul, the Kosovo Judicial Institute, a postgraduate, master's school. His tenure at the KJI, Kosovo Assembly, Law Enforcement Academy. Henry. Now, I know the Indian reservations, it's the state law. Ooh, Indian Child Welfare Act. Ooh, juvenile law. Ooh, conservation law. It seems like the Indian Civil Rights Act, page 35. Yeah. Now, I just wanted you to know when I emailed the Indians and the oaths of office elected there, yeah, it, I thought for sure that me emailing those on reservations made it so that they were obligated to enforce the civil rights of non-whites, even if you were not a resident of any reservation. Yeah, yeah. No, the Indians are like, no, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna lose your reservations, and I'm gonna sue you. Poo poo. I'm sorry. But I intentionally emailed the Indians knowing that they didn't want their reservations, and I thought that I'd take them for myself. That way, you can pay me for res to live on. Now, for all the Indians that all of a sudden feel some anger towards me, well, you're stupid. Okay. You're just dumb. You just gave up. No, because I actually am suing you for the ownership of the reservations. Just give me your legal separation laws on the individual reservations. Yeah. Because Mexican secession, oh, the Western tribes. Page 35, pooh, of the Indian Law Handbook. Oh, Bureau of Indian Affairs. Oh, minority individuals. Oh, treaty making gives way to plenary power. No, because I know. I'm aware of that. But I actually want ownership of all the reservations. Could you give me the Indian Reorganization Act? Yeah. From 1903 to 1933, the federal government did little to improve the fortunes of Indian tribes. That changed in 1934 when a new generation of bureaucrats had been brought to Washington. You can wear all the tribal dress you want. Just go ahead and get out whatever it is that you like to wear. You're an Indian. Yep. All the Cherokee and Navajo, yeah, the individual Indian nations, yeah. Oh, well, it's Paul. I emailed you, and now you're getting sued for, well, it's a fraud, really. The Indian Self-Determination Act and beyond, 1975. Look at you, the ISDA. Indian tribes are actively encouraged to take a program of responsibilities. Now you're responsible. Tribal governments. Oh, now Navajo courts have a highly active and developed tribal court system and substantial body of decisional law, including Navajo customary law. Reconciliation, oh, is very much a living law. The Dine Bin Hazabaza assumes our higher instincts. Oh, sorry. Now, tribal governments. Yeah. Now, page 35. What page am I on here? Oh, look at that. The Indian Bill of Rights. Oh, now, let's say that you have knowledge of the crime in Clallam County right now, and you decided, well, we just can't do anything because the sheriff is, oh, the Indian Civil Rights. That's right. Text of the Indian Civil Rights Act. Have. The definition of offense under subsection. Oh, enhanced jurisdiction under the VAWA. You know, when you issue one of these civil protection orders, or the actual jurisdiction of the subject matter is criminal and there's no legal separation on Guam, and then you say, no, it's legal. We can do it. Yes, we can. And we can garnish your wages for the rest of your life. I think it does violate the jurisdiction of the VAWA. Now, a lot of Indians are going to want to argue about this. But my thought is once you get sued for the removal of your sovereign immunity, you lose the availability of the ownership of your reservations. Now, the granted jurisdiction of non-Indians who committed limited domestic violence crimes signals the federal law appears to be accelerating in a direction that simultaneously supports the development of robust contemporary tribal law, go closely aligned with the current state of federal policy of Indian self-determination, self-government. Now, just get me the employees of each of the individual reservations and the attorneys that practice law. Now, text of the Indian Civil Rights Act. No, Indian tribes and exercise power of self-government shall make or enforce any law prohibiting the free exercise of religion or abridged freedom of speech or of press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble, petition, or redress grievances. Very similar to the Bill of Rights, but of course it's Indian for those that are. Yes. Now, Supreme Court decisions thus inform most interpretations. Yeah. Now, I'm looking for something very specific. Compel any person, criminal case to be a witness against themselves. Private property for public use without just compensation. I just wonder those writ of garnishments. Yeah. Is that 12% go to the petitioner or does that go to the general fund of the state? uh, Denied to any person criminal proceeding the right to speedy and public trial. Oh, I wasn't in Squim. I wasn't in Brennan. I was trying to find out if they have reconciliation marriage counseling. In fact, on Guam, I didn't commit any domestic violence. Oh, is that right? They didn't have legal separation on Guam. Require excessive bail, imposed excessive fines, or inflict cruel and unusual punishments. Is it punishable? I mean, I know it's legal separation, but $18,000 a year seems cruel and unusual for me, considering I didn't have any income at all for the previous 4 years, and we were living in a homeless shelter. Could be a Bill of Rights number 7. Your numbering system's different than the Bill of Rights in the Constitution. You really rearrange things as a reservation. Except as provided subcrime and imposed on conviction of one offensive penalty, punishment greater than imprisonment, term 1 year, fine, and $5,000 both. Total penalty, punishment, imprisonment for a term of 9 years, subsection, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Yeah, denied to any person within its jurisdiction equal protection of laws or depriving a person of liberty or property without due process of law. A lot of people say I don't live on the actual res, but when my email does arrive at your server and your server's on the res, I live there. Pooch! And since the Indian reservations seem to refuse to obligate the actual civil rights of American citizens, I'm suing you for the refusal to enforce your Bill of Rights as Indian reservations. Now, deny, yes, within your jurisdiction, the equal protection of the laws. Yeah, or deprive to me any person of liberty or property without due process of laws. See, this, shut up right now.